Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be a life of balance and purpose. Well, I've got a success story from a guy who's been following me for, I guess, around a year, a little over a year. And he's made a radical change in the people that he has in his life. His businesses are doing better. He's got better quality friendships, people that are that nurture and support him, that are also driven and goal and outcome oriented as well. And he also, his personal life has dramatically gotten better. He says he talks to women all the time, and after a few minutes of chatting, they offer their number without even him having to ask. So he's doing really well, and so he shares how he's changed his focus based upon what he's learned from me. So I have a quote that I wrote on this topic, and I'm going to go through his email. And the quote says, "Being successful is a result of focusing on your outcomes and taking action based upon them. You must also focus on being productive instead of simply being busy. When you spend your time doing things that directly move you towards your grandest goals and dreams in as few steps as possible, you become increasingly balanced and efficient. Living your life based around your outcomes also causes you to only spend your time with like-minded people and potential lovers who nurture, support, and encourage achieving them. By focusing on emotionally compelling outcomes, taking action, learning from your mistakes, refining your approach, and constantly trying to learn and get better, over time you will reach critical mass and your goals will become an eventual and inevitable reality." So let's go through his email and see what he's been able to do to change his life for the better. He says, "Hey Corey, my name is Bob and I'm from London. I've been following your work for a year or so, and I bought your book and I watch all of your new videos, and I wanted to share my success story with you because your work has helped me massively in focusing on my own purpose. It's one of the most important concepts I've ever put into action. Since reading your book multiple times and watching your videos daily, I began to focus on developing and refining my own purpose, making it stronger and stronger over time, and the results have been amazing. I've always been determined but lacked focus on developing my own purpose. I'm 32 and I built a small real estate portfolio of 4 properties, and I do freelance work as a system designer and programmer. I have built my own gym to stay fit, and I do an MBA part-time while overseeing a small side business importing goods, which is mostly outsourced. I also have Spanish lessons every week, and it sounds like a lot, but my time management has improved by getting rid of busy tasks and replacing them with tasks that actually have results in the real world." Yeah, it goes back to being productive versus being busy. Most people tend to major in minor things in life, and so they focus on doing things like organizing their sock drawer or their underwear drawer instead of doing things that are going to actually bring them tangible results. It's like when I work with guys that are in sales or commission type positions, I find out what are your outcomes, what are your goals, what do you want to achieve revenue wise for this year, and they tell me, and then we back into how many appointments they have to set on a weekly basis if they are in the cold calling business, how many phone calls I got to make on a weekly and then daily basis. It's like you literally break everything down into what must get accomplished today. It's like what I do with my business. I got to take time. It's like for every video that I do, I spend at least a half hour coming up with a quote that has something to do with the philosophy or the piece of wisdom that I want people to get in that particular video. I got to write the introductory paragraph for my assistant who actually posts my articles and videos and emails. Then I got to take time to go through all the emails because I get hundreds of emails every week. They just fucking roll in all day long. So I've got to take time to go through and read those and try to pick out emails that are different. So I've got to organize my time around that. Obviously I do phone sessions every week, and I also have a lot more email coaching that I do than phone sessions. So I have to schedule all that stuff in there. And then on top of that, I spend time working with my web developers. I've got advertising campaigns that I'm doing now to expand my business in other countries around the world. And so I have a lot of little things that go on just beyond doing the videos. And so it's very time intense. So I might spend a half hour just coming up with something creative to say when I'm doing the videos, and I might talk for 10 to 15 minutes or a half hour in some videos. So literally for every video that I do, I'm going to spend at least an hour just working on that one particular video, and then my assistant works on picking out images. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff that's there, and so I delegate away the things that I don't want to do. It's like my assistant, she's got a great eye for beauty and does a great job of picking out really good images that kind of tend to represent what I'm talking about in the video. It's all centered around, I focus on the things that I enjoy doing, that I personally have to do, and the rest of it, I delegate that stuff away. Because again, we all have the same amount of time. We got 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We need time to sleep, we need time to eat, we need time to work out, we need time to live our lives and enjoy it. So you gotta figure out what's most important to you. And when you focus on your outcomes and what you want to achieve, then when you look at your to-do list, you're only focusing on doing things that are going to help you achieve your outcomes, and all those unimportant things like cleaning out your garage or doing your laundry, whatever it happens to be, those things don't get in the way of your peak work times. So he said, what's interesting, when looking through his email, is that he says time management has improved by getting rid of busy tasks and replacing them with tasks that actually have results in the real world. I still feel like I have a lot of free time. I have less possessions than I've ever had, and I save even more than I've ever saved, which gives me a lot of freedom to make choices and act in ways consistent with my overall purpose and future goals. Again, he's being very efficient, focusing only on what must I get done today before I go to bed? What's essential to my business? What's essential to my purpose? What's essential to my life and achieving my outcomes and my most important goals? And when you focus on organizing your to-do list based upon achieving your most important outcomes and goals, you're going to be a lot more efficient, and you're going to get a lot more done in a very short period of time. He says, in the past, I've given too much of my time to people that are not like-minded, wasting time trying to motivate them as well as myself. It's like for those of you that got friends that see the results you're getting in your life by applying the things that you're learning from me, and then you try to talk them into reading the book, and I don't have time for that, I got this, hey, just tell you their story. Those kinds of people are not growth-oriented. And so if you're a growth-oriented person, if you're watching this video, more than likely you're a growth-oriented person. In other words, you want to improve and enhance your life. And therefore, you've got to take the time to learn things like you're learning from me, and then go out and apply it. And if you've got people that are in your life that are not growth-oriented, they're just going to get in your way. But if you've got people that are growth-oriented, they'll often have things to share with you to help you grow and become more beyond where you are today. After following your work, I am much more guarded with my time, and I choose a lot more carefully who is worthy of a gift of my time, in your words. I mean, at the end of the day, the greatest gift you can give anybody is a gift of your time. And if you're pissing it away with people who are basically pissing their lives away, guess what? You're going to be pissing your life away, and you're going to get to the end of it, and you're not going to accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. In the old days, I would have snatched at any old muff, but now I associate with people that are also focused on building their purpose. A fur burger for the rug muncher? So that we can encourage each other. Due to the confidence gained from adding value to myself and concentrating on my purpose, whenever I enter fur burger for the rug muncher, I think I was in middle school when I heard that for the first time. It was like, as soon as I read that line, I was like, that's what popped in my mind. Concentrating on my purpose, whenever I enter in a conversation with another person, I do not act any differently, and I do not get intimidated regardless of what sex they are or what level of attraction I have to them physically. That's why I say treat all people the same, especially women. Treat all women the same, even the really super hot ones. Because at the end of the day, their farts smell, their bad breath stinks just as bad as yours do. And then that way you keep everybody on a level playing field. Even when you get around people that are way more successful than you are, if you just treat them like a normal human being and you focus on asking questions and getting to know them, You'll create rapport. You'll align with them. And then they can give you advice. They can mentor you. They're much more open to that when you take the time to get to know other people. You take a sincere interest in other people. In the course of normal conversation, I am able to subtly communicate my interests, my passion for my work, and for learning and improving, and my future plans without doing it in a boastful way. Yeah, it comes off as just a matter of fact. Hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm all about. This is what I do. And you really only talk about yourself when other people ask you. Because by focusing on being a good listener, the law of reciprocity states that when people listen to you for a period of time, they're going to feel obligated. In other words, when you listen to them, they're going to feel obligated to listen to you and hear what you have to say. And from a sales perspective, it's much more effective to do it that way because it lowers everybody's barriers. Because you're acting like a good friend, even though you just met them. And when you act like a good friend, they don't feel threatened by you, and they're much more open to listen to what you got to say. I do this while having genuine interest in their plans and ambitions, and hopefully giving off the impression that I am a catch. As I am never after anything, they seem to feel completely at ease, and as a result, I have much greater success with women than I used to when I was chasing skirts around the clubs. And that's why I focus on teaching that men should focus on their purpose and mission in life and being awesome. And by having an awesome life and being happy and enjoying yourself, women notice that. They find you more attractive because most people, I mean, let's face it, are walking around sleepwalking through life. A doctor friend of mine was just telling me earlier today that 1 in 3 women over the age of 35 are on antidepressants. I was shocked. I was like, are you fucking serious? I think he said he saw that in 60 Minutes or somewhere. I was like, that is mind-boggling. It's like, so when you drive around the road and you get some idiot just fucking pulls right in front of you like they didn't see you, more than likely, it's because they're fucking medicated. I mean, the world is full of these medicated zombies around us who are just so miserable in their lives, they're popping pills to check out. But they don't do anything to make their lives better. It's tragic. He says, I'm now very lucky to have several great women in my life because I am focused on my own purpose and helping other like-minded people find and fulfill their purpose. I have never had this level of success before with women. I am frequently approached, and after talking for a while, I am often given numbers without doing anything spectacular or out of the ordinary. Yeah, it's not necessary to do magic tricks or any other bullshit, or go through routines, or try to tell jokes or phony stories that you learn from somebody else to impress people. It's like I was talking about in the video that I published the other day. Again, that's why most of the people in the pickup and seduction community, they're always on the hunt. They're always on the hunt for the next girl because they only got so many routines and stories to tell because they got nothing else going on in their life. He says, I watch your videos every day and I constantly revisit the principles in your book because it keeps me on track. I know there are many areas I need to improve upon and ideas that I need to learn. However, I no longer act from a scarcity viewpoint when it comes to women, and I have complete confidence in the direction I'm heading. Your work continues to reinforce the message inside of me of focusing on developing my own purpose and is the key to building a rich life. Success with women comes naturally as an added bonus. When you apply things I teach, you will meet women as a consequence of living an awesome life that makes you happy. When you're happy, you're going to smile more. When you smile more, you're more approachable, you're more attractive. People like that. People notice that. People gravitate towards the efficient vibration and the efficient physiology. I've recommended your work to a lot of my friends, and it really has made a huge difference in my life. Thank you for producing such great work. Well, you know what? Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for applying this stuff, because not only are you impacting your life, but the life of everybody that you encounter. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session with yours truly. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.